Because now, not only we had the lions with buffalo, one of Africa's iconic big animals, but now they've just walked straight into a herd of ellies, which means that this is going to get quite interesting quite quickly. I'm pretty sure the ellies are not going to be impressed that there are lions all over the place. Now, generally when elephants see lions, it's quite chaotic, and you'll find a lot of trumpeting and chasing around. And so what we're going to do is we're going to position ourselves right here in the hope that we are not going to get ourselves squashed. We've got a nice little kind of thicket to protect us, and all the lions are sort of settling down now as if to say, hang on a second, we actually can't get around these ellies for now. Let's wait for them all to move off. But absolutely incredible to have these guys in the same kind of place as ellies is very, very special. And you'll find that the ellies, even though lions always referred to as the king of the sort of jungle and the king of the savannas, the ellies actually are the real bosses out here, because when they see lions, they will chase lions. Lions will always give way to ellies, and you can actually see all the lions now have stopped in their tracks. So they've now decided this is where they're going to settle. They're going to sit in the shade and just try and see if the ellies will move off. And I'm a bit kind of surprised that the ellies actually haven't picked them up yet. I mean, the distance that they're at to these elephants would kind of normally we would find that they would have reacted by now and picked up not only their scent but just the movement of them approaching. But for some reason the ellies haven't picked it up. They're too busy feeding at the moment. So look at that. Isn't that special? So cool to see the kind of big animals like this interact with one another at times. Now I'm pretty sure what we're going to find is that the ellies, while they're feeding, they're going to slowly shift not too far from where we are, and whether they spot these lions is going to be determined on whether or not there's a wind that's going to blow from them. If the lions all lie down and the wind blows towards the ellies, then you will definitely see the ellies react. Now, Tatiana, will the ellies create a barricade? Well, they have created one already. Lions know that an elephant is an incredibly powerful animal. It's strong, it's well built, and that it's not something to play around with. And so you'll find as soon as they see these ellies, that's why they've just all gone down and lay flat. And as soon as the ellies move off, then you might find they'll stand up and move again. But until then, they're going to take it very, very easy. You'll also notice that some of the ellies now already have started to move off. That's because they've got little babies, and I think they picked up the scent of these lions because they all put their heads up quickly and they sniffed, and now they're starting to move a little bit quicker away, which is going to be interesting. I was wondering whether or not they were going to move towards these lions, but at this stage it seems as though everything is going to be okay and the lions won't have to get chased too much this morning. Julie, how many male lions are in this pride? At the moment, there are 5 young male lions in this pride. There is one male lion that is originally born to the 5 females, that's the 5 adult females, and then there is 3 young males that joined from another pride, and 1 young male that's joined from another pride. So that's the 5 young boys that we've got at the moment. That's the original male that is actually really part of the pride. He's the one that was born into this particular pride, and then in the last, I'd say it's probably the last 3 months, they've absorbed another 4 males, which is really good for that particular male. Even though the 3 of the males that have joined this pride are what is known as mangy, so they have got a skin disease called mange, which is a mite that goes onto their skin and basically causes them to scratch uncontrollably, and they lose their fur. And that little mite, it can be very, very serious for lions, and it makes them kind of go into bad condition. And so those 3 males, while they have it, they will eventually recover from it and will be okay, but it's going to take a while for them to kind of get over it and to recover. But for the young male that was born to this pride, he was on his own at one point, and that would have been exceptionally dangerous for him as a individual. He would have really struggled. But now that he's got probably 4 others that potentially are going to join him, it should stand him in much better stead to survive. So these are 2 of the mangy males that are coming past us now. You can see, look, they've got these little black patches on their skin, but they are looking a lot better than what they used to. How cool is this? Look at this. These lions are walking right past us. It's so cool when they do this. The rest of the pride is all coming along. Hello, guys. There's one that's going to walk right next to David. Look at that. That's very, very cool. Look at this. There's just lions all around us. Hello, guys. Very, very special to be able to sit amongst wild lions like this and be able to have them walk all the way around you and not care about you is a very, very, very cool thing. Now, I must be honest, there's one lioness that I haven't seen this morning, which is a lioness we call Amber Eyes. I haven't picked her up in all of this. Maybe it's that last lioness that's sitting there. No, is that her? It doesn't look like her. No, it's not her. So that might mean that the other sub-adult is actually here, because there's definitely no sign that I can see of Amber Eyes, which is, she's a very, very, very pretty female with these kind of amberish colored eyes, and she's beautiful. And I haven't seen her this morning. She might have been here and I might have just missed her, but I definitely haven't seen her yet. But the pride, you can see, has just done a big loop around these elephants at the moment. They're slowly but surely going to move around, and they're trying to get to another water point. But like I said, that other water point is dry, unfortunately, so even if they head that way, they're going to struggle. Right, let's try and keep up with them as they go along and try and see if we can kind of see where they go. There's one more lion that's still going to come past us. Here's the other male that's joined the pride. He's in much better condition than those three mangy males. He's a bigger boy than all of them, actually. He's a very pretty young boy that's going to come past. So he's about, we reckon, close to about 3 years old, this guy. So he's going to be a formidable force to join the pride, and definitely is going to really help that young male that was already born to these guys. Is going to make it life a lot easier for him. Good. So now they seem to be avoiding the ellies very well, so we're going to try and just keep up with the lions. We'll come back to the ellies just now if the lions settle in the shade, so we won't leave them for too long. But let's see if we can go and keep up with these guys and see where they're heading. I'm pretty sure they're going for water. Adam, who would I rather have win a fight with, or have a fight with, a lion or a tiger? Adam, I don't know. That's a tricky one, because I'll tell you why. Tigers are bigger than lions, so they are big and strong and powerful, and that makes them a formidable force. But lions generally are not on their own, and there's a pride of them, and that can make life a little bit more difficult. So I don't know, it's a tough question. I think neither, to be honest. I really wouldn't want to fight with either of these, because us as humans, we don't have sharp teeth, we don't have sharp claws, we're really not any good at being able to actually defend ourselves against big cats like this that hunt and try and, you know, kill animals for a living. Right, these Nkuhumas are going to, this is the name of the pride, is the Nkuhumas. They look like they're going to cross out of our area, unfortunately, so it looks like we're going to get maybe one last view of them before they do that. Let's just try and get around all of this thicket. There's some more elephants actually over there that they're walking past. I think through here should be okay. We can fit in this little section. Right, there we go. Now we've managed to squeeze through. There the lions are. Isn't that wonderful? So we'll just kind of come up and you'll see a really nice, beautiful view of not only the lions, but an elephant too. So if I just get over here, look at that, David. Isn't that cool? So some ellies, some lions. Now I wonder if she's going to chase them. She might. She's thinking about it at this stage. She's deciding whether or not she actually wants to chase these lions, or if she's just going to stand and watch them go past. Sometimes you'll find when they've got a calf, they don't want to run away from their calf, because that obviously can endanger the calf itself. So they'll just let the lions kind of ghost past. As long as the lions aren't being aggressive, she doesn't mind too much, and she's put herself between the calf and the threat, and therefore everything is okay. But unfortunately, that's going to be the last of the lions that we're going to see this morning, because that is them going into a different property where we don't traverse, and so we're unfortunately going to have to leave them right there. There's also a number of other cars that are going to come into this area, and so we're going to have to kind of pull out. Beautiful though, to see them kind of walking past an ellie bull like that is quite special. Very, very cool. I was wondering if they might settle down, but I think they're so thirsty that they just want to kind of carry on and try and find water more than they actually want to settle. I'm pretty sure the young males want to lie down and sleep, but they're being dragged by the females. You can see the females are the ones kind of leading the way, and that's meaning that they're all kind of just filing sort of along, trying to keep up and try and get themselves some water, and then they'll kind of sleep as soon as the water's done. There's one last female that's actually going to cross the road in front of us, David, which will be quite nice. Catherine, you say you shocked Ellie's with honey badger and Ellie's with lions. I know it's been a epic morning. That honey badger sounds ridiculous. So super cool that Brent managed to find that. And well, we've had a great sighting of our own in the form of these lions and the kind of, not only with buffalo, we've had them with zebras, and now we've had them also with Ellie's. So it's been a special morning for us. And we've seen quite a bit of them as they've gone. But unfortunately, like I say, they are going to disappear in the next 2 seconds, and that's going to be the end of that. When it comes to the lions, I was hoping that they were going to stay here today and that they weren't going to disappear off our property. Okay, well, we're going to have to carry on and move along, and while I do that, let's send you back across to Brent, who I think is still following that ridiculously relaxed honey badger.